What's going on, good people, man? Look, it is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. I am your host, JayyywalkinthaThird, along with Carolina Dirt. What's going on, Carolina?
Hey, no, y'all know what it is. Hump Day Wednesday. I still repping my team. I can't sleep. I'm still repping my team. Hump Day Wednesday though.
Hey, man,
Yes.
look, this is a special, they all special, man. Like I say, I know a lot of extraordinary people that you might not know, man. They like to refer to us as regular people, man. We have nationally certified mental health counselor,
You got it.
Mr. Garrick Lawton, on the line.
You got it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
How
Yes,
are you
sir. You
today,
got it.
sir?
National Certified Counselor. Yes, sir. I'm doing great on this beautiful hump day. Let's get this
I
week
know
over
that's
with.
right,
I'm ready
man.
for the weekend.
Bruh, look, I'm always ready for the weekend.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready for the
Yes, sir.
weekend Sunday night before Monday starts.
Yeah, you got it.
I told
Always.
All right, man. So for the people out there, man, we had
Yeah.
some technical difficulties. That's why I probably look a little strange. We ain't got no theme music or nothing like that, but we still gonna get this thing popping, man.
All right.
Um, we start with a segment called First Call. First Call is just some regular simple questions.
Mhm.
Give people a little familiar. I can't even talk.
Garrett, Garrett.
Introduce you to a group of people that you don't know. Let yourself know a little bit about them, and vice versa.
All right.
So,
Let's do it.
my first question for First Call is: we're gonna do superheroes, cuz. We
Superheroes.
know all
Okay.
the superheroes in the world, cuz.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather have super speed or invisibility?
Let me get the invisibility.
What you gonna do with invisibility, brother?
The invisibility at 44 years old now, jaywalking. I'm gonna walk in Equifax. I'm gonna change up all my reports, everything. I'm hitting the computers up and I'm getting it. I'm changing up the whole lifestyle. I ain't got to get the money, but I'm gonna change up that credit report and things like that. And then
I know that's right.
can't forget I still am a man, so I'm still get my visual on too, a little bit. I'm gonna get my
As you
visual
should.
on a little bit, not too much, not where the wife gonna hit me upside the head or nothing. But nah,
Yeah, let's hope not.
straight invisibility. Yeah, I'm going up in the Equifax and I'm changing up some stuff.
I know that's right. We're gonna move on to cuisine.
Ah, cuisine. Mmm.
You from
Mmm.
the South. Would you rather have your family's barbecue or eat at a high-end seafood restaurant?
Let me get the family barbecue. Family barbecue.
Right, right. We need to
Not,
know the
not,
food
not,
good,
yeah, yeah, not the
not just any.
restaurant barbecue. None of that. Family barbecue, right? Barbecue
Okay.
dad done put on the grill or I don't grilled out, but I done learned to find. I thought I was a grill master, gentlemen,
Right. What
until
happened? What you found out?
until a couple about last 2 years, and I had some guys over where I'm on the grill doing my thing. Come to find out, when I go to these guys' house, they chefs doing it up over there,
It's levels
tapping me
to
on the
this here.
shoulder. It's okay, yeah, levels to this thing. I ain't on that level. I thought I was. I'm not. So yeah. It's got to be the
Okay,
parents. Got to be the parents' barbecue.
okay. So let's talk about hobbies. Hobbies.
Hobbies.
Whether
Hobbies.
you've done them or not. You know what I'm saying? You just picking out of the two.
Mhm.
Would you rather pick? Would you rather swing golf clubs or model airplanes?
Uh, I'm gonna have to say golf clubs because that is a goal that I have is to learn how to play golf. Because
Okay.
golf is a meditation. It can be a meditation sport. Relax, release some stress, get your thoughts together while you're also still kind of competing, but you're competing with yourself, right?
Right.
And so
Right.
yeah, that is definitely a sport that I am interested in as long as I get my money up because they just don't let you break into golf and just hit the balls around.
Hey, look, it's hard work. I used to play a lot more than I do now. Cause bad
Uh-huh.
back, bad hip, bad knees, bad
Ah,
everything bad.
Mhm. Come on now, you only a year older than me now. We got to get that together.
Man, look, I've been enjoying my life because I got to rebuild myself.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
well, it's a new journey. It's a new journey because 40 is the new what? They say 40 the new 30, right?
Nah, 40 the same old motherfucker 40. They need to stop saying that shit.
It exactly is because 40 closer to 60 than 20, isn't it?
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you.
But now in our 40s, this is that new journey where wellness is key.
And
Wellness
that's
is
why
key.
you here, brother. That's why you here.
Yeah, exactly.
We need
exactly.
you. We
Because
need you.
we on a new journey and we want to be here till 150 if we can. And so it all starts with that first. And then it brings into everything else. So yeah. So I'm gonna keep you here now that I'm talk to you now after all these years. You ain't going nowhere.
Man.
I'm gonna have to bug you then.
No, hey, look, the link is made. The link is made.
Yes.
We gonna work together, cuz we gonna get your show up and running, and we gonna come do your show and anything we can do to help.
Oh, I love that. I appreciate it.
That was 3 Carolina or 4?
I think that was 3. I think I cut in.
That was 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Yeah. So
we
golf,
gonna go.
Golf is.
We gonna go art, music. You want to listen to Curtis Mayfield, or you want to listen to Al Green?
Ooh, Al Green. Al Green is my favorite. Out of that genre, from that era, Al Green is my favorite. All right. So if I had my choice, it would be Al Green because Al Green. Now Curtis Mayfield, let's not get it twisted. Now he's on a high level too, but Al Green put me in a mood where I just want to just do something. Just do something. Just
I know
chill,
that's right.
Just relax, have my little drink. I'm mad tonight because where we at tonight, and I ain't got a little sip with me. So I'm gonna be more prepared next time. Have my little sip with you guys.
Well, we gonna take a pause for the call so I can get my drink. I ain't want the therapist to be like, oh, he got a problem, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I didn't want the therapist to jump on and be like, for real, bro? That's what you're doing?
Well, see, that's one of the things that led me into counseling is my own demons, my own personal stuff that I deal with. I got addictions. I got nicotine, vape. I got addictions, but at the end of the day, you got to work on it. And so that's all we're doing. We working on it, taking little steps.
That's it. So the final one for me, we gonna go sports. We gonna go 85 Bears defense against Ray Lewis's Ravens defense.
Oh man, I'm an 80s baby, so give me 85 Bears all day. Give me the Super Bowl shuffle all day.
I know that's right.
Know, give me who the running? Who was the my man Richard Dent back there and all that stuff?
Was
that was them? Walter Payton, the
refrigerator Perry.
Yes, sir. You know it. Give me 85.
Okay.
Give me 85. Okay. That would be a great matchup, though. But it's both defenses, though. Could you play both defenses at the same time? We could start a new game.
I think that's just fighting.
I know, just knocking each other out. That's all we doing. But yeah, 85 Bears. That's a good one. I haven't thought about 85 Bears in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gonna touch a lot of different things, man. Cause we drinking, so ain't no telling where the conversation goes.
Hey, here we go.
Go ahead and hit them with your questions.
All right, I'm gonna try to go through mine real quick. So, if you vacation, you rather be in the mountains or the beach?
Ooh, I love the mountains too. Me and my lady, we go up to the mountains often. But it has to be a hot beach, white sands. I prefer to golf, and I do a lot of trips in the Caribbean too.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the heat.
Oh, I hate that, bro. I hate the heat, bro. I hate that thing, bro. I be trying to fight that thing. That thing win every time.
That's why I got to have all this light today because we just got back a couple of weeks ago. So I know I'm still quite crispy, crispy over here.
Okay. So we're gonna take it back since you're an older gentleman like us. That better clothing style, Carolina or FUBU?
Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna have to go with Carolina. And the only reason I'm gonna go with Crocodile because I'm not one of those people that will wear the FUBU and it be FUBU all over your shirt or FUBU down your pants. That wasn't my thing ever. I like to keep it basic. So Crocodile all day long.
All right. Were you more proud of getting your license or your first job?
I was Mr. Burger King in high school, so my first job. Yeah. Because the first job, Burger King.
No, which Burger King?
Right there in Irmo before they closed it down, the little drive-through Burger King.
Burger King Express?
Yeah, Burger King Express.
Was out there too?
Yes, sir. That is true.
You, I'm not gonna name nobody that's not on the show.
Yeah, you
but
was
we had
out there
a female classmate that was there too.
Yep, we did. I forgot you worked there for a little while. You know, I was there for like 5 years.
Okay.
Which is another reason why I became a counselor, because I missed all the football games. I missed all the parties because I was working towards a goal, but really it was my self-esteem. So that's where I was comfortable at instead of socializing, because I know everybody and I ain't had no problems with nobody. It's just my self-esteem was so low. I decided I'm gonna just smother myself in Burger King on Friday nights and do what I do.
Well, you made some money.
Ain't nothing ever wrong with making some money.
Yeah. I've had to reflect a lot to be at 44 now. So you got to reflect and figure out who you are.
All right. Very good. The best rapper that's an actor.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I mean, we 44, right? So who y'all think I'm going to say?
I don't know. There's some people out there.
You only got Ice Cube or Common. So the best actor out of the, well, not real. Oh, is it? They have to be alive though, right?
I mean, whoever you pick.
I'm gonna say best rapper actor right now. Common's the only one popping up right now that I can think of. Common.
Common is good.
Yeah, Common. Who you guys thinking about?
You got Will Smith. You got Ice-T. You got Ice Cube.
Oh, well.
Shit, Big Boy done been in more than one movie.
Yeah. Now you done triggered some stuff. You right. Best actor.
T.I. been in more than one movie.
3,000 have been in more than one movie.
Yeah, best actor is gonna have to be Will Smith. That's bottom line.
All right. And last one, boxing or MMA?
Give me boxing because of the technique. Give me boxing because of the pure science of it. I was just talking to a guy the other day about it. He was a young boy, 21 years old. I think he said he's a middleweight, somewhere around there, or welterweight. And he just broke into the business. I had his fourth fight, and he was just telling me about the science. And I was like, you're right. The science of it is just all that good stuff. MMA, of course, there's technique, but boxing is something about that, just that real, can't even explain it.
Two real boxers. You got sluggers,
and
you got boxers. But when you got two real good, even when it's opposite, even when it's a slugger and a boxer, you got Sugar Ray and Marvin Hagler. So I feel
because think about it, boxing is the ultimate mental game. You can't hit Floyd Mayweather. Why? Because he's already 20 steps ahead of you. He know what you're gonna throw, just like chess, right? And so and that's what makes Floyd Mayweather who he is. He's able to focus all of that energy up here and deliver. Right.
That was first call.
First call.
You can throw your water bottle up, cuz it don't matter what you're drinking.
There it is.
Yeah.
We have a little sip.
There you go.
There we go.
So let's get to this counseling thing.
Yes, sir.
My first question is, like, we spend a lot of time on this show because we living in the moment and we living in dire situations. How much have the reasons, like, how has the pandemic impacted your workload?
Oh, a lot. You have more and more clients. Well, let me just break it down before I go into that. So who am I? Again, Therapist G. I am a clinical mental health counselor. Clinical mental health counselor basically means that I can work with anyone that's diagnosed with any type of mental disorder. All right. So I specialize in trauma, depressions, anxiety. The list goes on and on. And then in the future, sometime next year, I will be working with addictions. All right.
Okay.
And so I'm all about awareness creates change, meaning if you are more aware of your thoughts and your feelings, you can change your behavior. But the problem is most people, they don't realize what their behavior is, because a lot of those thoughts and those feelings are so subconscious stuff from the past that triggers that behavior in the present. All right. So it's my job as a clinical mental health counselor is to say, you know what, Carolina, I can't tell you what to do, but if you're honest with me and able to open up and share with me your thoughts and some of the trials and tribulations that you have gone through throughout life, now I can see your world through your eyes. Because fellas, if you can see a person's world through their eyes, what do you think you could be able to do for them?
Help them more.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not giving them just that, I feel sorry for your loss.
Right.
You're giving them that more, I understand that you're hurting. I understand that you're going through the pain. So scream it out loud. Scream. Let it go if that's what's going to get you to the next level to overcome where you're at. So
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead with the next. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what's the hardest barrier to break when you're first meeting a client? Like, what's that one thing most common?
Yeah, good question. So in my industry, I'm an independent contractor. I'm not licensed just yet. I have a few more months before I'm licensed. So with me being a LAPC licensed associate, I am supervised. All right. Tell me a question one more time. It's getting late on me.
What's the biggest barrier with the first time client? Most common when you're dealing with clients that they all have in common.
Got it. So now I know where my thought was going. So with me being a licensed associate professional counselor, I do not have my own private business just yet, private counseling office. So I am supervised. So a lot of my clients come from the Department of Family Children Services. And I also get a lot of clients from core, what we call insurance, like Medicaid. So a lot of my clients are what they say the community, but we all know what the community means, right? African Americans, poverty level, below that poverty level. So a lot of my clients are resistant to the services because they didn't volunteer for it on their own. Something has happened in their family. Case manager came in and said, you know what, you guys could benefit from counseling. So I get a lot of clients that are non-resistant at first, but the way you get them to kind of cross over that bridge, you got to build a lot of rapport. And once you build that rapport, you just take the little things that they're giving you, and that's where you stay until they're ready to go other places. So for example, if I have a client that comes in and is like, I don't want to talk, my wife put me up to this, I might come with a question as well. Tell me more about your wife. Why do she want you to do this? And most people are going to tell you exactly all of that. They're going to say something about the wife, right? But as they're speaking, they're telling me little things about themselves that I can use to get them to open up. So it takes time, and it doesn't work for everybody. Trust me, not everybody's a good fit because you might not like me and I might not like you.
Right.
There you go.
Let me ask you this. So it's I feel like the evolution, there's a great evolution in Black culture, Black stereotypes, Black curses, Black family curses. Like, are you feeling like, maybe not necessarily with any of your clients, but with people that you talk to, peers that you have, that Black people are seeking more counseling than they ever have in the past?
Yeah, I believe that because it's the movement that we're in now. You have all these different movements going on, and mental health, due to the pandemic, because the previous question is that the pandemic has elevated it. Because what did the pandemic do to our community? It slowed us down. And once we were able to slow down, you're now, well, what do I do with myself when I don't have a job to really focus on, or I don't have this to really focus on? I'm in the house because I might get sick. Well, what do you do when you're by yourself? And so to get back there, that's another reason why I got into the business, is because I believe it's time for our community to let the secrets go. Our secrets have led to a lot of our downfall. You guys might remember, because we're old enough, where you had family members and you say, Mom, something's wrong with Uncle such and such. And she'd be like, hush up, boy, we don't talk about that.
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
he
then,
all right.
Yeah, he all right. But then,
don't go nowhere by himself with him, though.
Exactly. But then once that sun goes down, Uncle Charlie messing with somebody's daughter. And then when you find out that Uncle Charlie don't mess with somebody's daughter, now that's a secret. That's another secret that we got to keep tight in the family. So,
or somebody's son.
Guys, that right there, ooh, that's another episode right there.
Okay.
But trauma, it's
we
all about
book that one too.
You got it. You got it. So I call it ancestry trauma in the Black community. And that trauma goes all the way back to when we were first shipped over here. Right. And so what I like to do, what I tell people all the time is, when you're born, you learn and you observe from your environment.
Right.
Now, that environment can be positive. That environment can be negative. I'll give you an example. I lived in a very positive environment. I ain't have to struggle for nothing. I don't know what it's like to not come home and have no food or anything like that. I don't know nothing about that life. But at 44 years old, being in that safe environment led me to doing safe things for the last 20 years. So yeah, I have a career, right? I can do counseling to the day I die. I have the career, but there's more to life than just the career. And so changing how we just look at the world, how we look at ourselves and other people, and that's why mental health is important for our community.
How do you feel about, like what Charles Barkley said, celebrities aren't role models? How do you feel when you're talking about mental health, when kids are looking up to them for enlightenment, for positivity, when they're looking at that? How do you feel when he says stuff like that to the public, and a kid might say, well, I thought you was everything?
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you're in public image and you're being shown every day, you are a role model. No matter if you like it or not. You and I, right here doing this podcast, there's someone on Facebook, someone on IG right now. They may not comment, but it's something that you guys are going to say within this podcast that's going to bring them great joy within the next few days. So you guys are role models. If you are out in the public, you got to represent yourself in a way for that little young Black boy that's, when he's watching you, he can say, you know what, I might not have a daddy, but at least I see something of a positive image of a Black man. And how hard is that to find these days?
It's not easy.
You about to make me say something unpopular right now.
Hey.
I mean,
say it.
I put myself out there, man. The pandemic happened. We all came home. I'm single. I live alone. I'm in this house, cuz. Like, I got a dog. You know what I'm saying? So when the pandemic happened, I don't really move crazy anyway. So at first I was just kind of like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm home. And then I realized that the church and state was now in the same place. I earned my money where I relaxed my mind. And I found out that I wasn't relaxing as much as I like to. You know what I'm saying? And then the George Floyd thing happened. And I was like, man, I ain't never going outside again, cuz these motherfuckers is tripping.
Yeah,
you feel me? So I began to build anxiety, and maybe it was always there. Maybe I was slightly depressed before, but I had never had to face it.
Yeah.
Until I was home.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I've done my own, I've reached out, I've used, for professionals, you got EAP. Most jobs have an EAP program.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I would just tell people from my angle, don't not get help, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the EAP, yeah, it's a certain amount of visits, but they free.
Yeah, free.
And you can at least in those free visits find out if you want to go further.
You got it. That's what it's all about. Taking that first step. And then once you get there, you can make up your mind. But at the end of the day, I'm just really giving you an opportunity to release whatever you need to release and sit here and let you do it without interrupting you, without judging you, without telling you how to handle it next. It's not my job. My job is for you to be able to discuss it, and now we can do something to work through it. So I'm what you call a cognitive behavioral therapist. So it's all about your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. They're all connected. Okay. Now, in the Bible, we have the three Trinities, and I'm not the biggest religious person, but I do know there's the God, Son, and what's the next one?
Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. You got your three Trinities. They're all connected, right? You can't have one without the other, these, right? It's the same thing with your mental health, mind, your body, and soul. At the end of the day, your body is going to tell you that, hey, your mind's off. Your body's going to start breaking down. You might gain more weight. You might start eating more. You might start having bad knee problems because stress, all those feelings are wrapped up in what? Your nervous system.
I was done talking about me, cuz.
But again, mind, body, and soul. So if you can find a way to think more positive, now you may be able to cure some of the illnesses that your body is showing you every day. But it takes work. It takes work.
So you're saying that your body, your mental and your physical, they coincide with each other. So if you think you're sick, your body's gonna believe that you're sick.
We have research that can prove that. Yes. Because you remember, your spinal cord is running from where? From your brain all the way down, right? And that spinal cord got nerves that's going branching out all throughout your body. That's neurons firing. So 9 out of 10 times you got the thoughts already subconsciously in your head saying that you ain't nothing, you ain't this, you can't do this. Subconsciously you're having those thoughts. Why? Because in your experience, maybe you experienced your mom and dad telling you you'll never be nothing. Maybe it was a teacher. So now as an adult, 40 plus years old, subconsciously you still feel that way about you. And so how do we work through that?
You've been stuffing that bag your whole life. That's what I figured out.
You got it.
Like
it's called core beliefs and
shit,
values.
For all the little shit, like I'm a lot like you in terms of we ain't grow up with a whole lot, but we ain't grow up starving.
Yeah.
We ain't grow up in the dark. We ain't grow up with no, the light's gonna be off for the next 7 days. We ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
So the little stuff that you get through, like you was talking about working at Burger King and not having the actual confidence, the little things that you do as an adolescent into a minor, into a teenager, into a young adult, into a full grown adult, like you keep stuffing shit in the bag. Like I was upset or this made me upset, but I'm going to walk it off. That old school, walk it off. You ain't hurt. Don't cry. Don't hug me. Yeah, all that shit that builds up over years. You know what I'm saying?
You never reflect on that stuff to figure out, well, you know what? How can I really let this go?
Right.
Because what happened is, and like what you said, what we said earlier, you have developed a core belief and value. And you guys know what people's core beliefs are. You have people, I'm Christian, and you can't tell me no otherwise. Well, where did you learn that? You learned that because your environment was Christian. And that's the only thing you know. So then when you meet a Muslim brother who's speaking in another way and telling you the same story, but in a different way, you're not willing to hear him because your core belief and value tells you your religion is the only one that matters. Right. And now we got to fight for 1,000 more years. And you see it every day. You see it every day. So I tell, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish your statement.
So I tell my community a lot is your core beliefs and values, if they are negative in the way you look at yourself, others, and the world, when you're in situations throughout life, now it's so subconscious. When you're in that situation, you are going to be triggered and your behavior is not going to handle it in the way you should have handled it in the first place. So I'm going to give an example with trauma. And I'm not going to go too deep. We don't have all night because I can talk all night. But trauma. How many times have you guys heard guys in jail doing life say, I just blacked out? I don't remember what I did. I just blacked out. Yeah. And what causes that is a lot of people, when they've gone through trauma in their life, let's say they got anger issues, or let's say dad used to beat them, physically beat them, or whatever, right? As soon as he gets triggered, he's at the club, having a good time, some dude comes up, now he's triggered. Your conscious cuts off completely. You're not conscious anymore. You go into a subconscious survival mode. Now, we know there's 3 types of survival modes. You either gonna fight, you either gonna numb up, or you're gonna run away. And so when they say I blacked out, it's because their survival mode was, I'm gonna fight for my survival.
Right.
And I don't care what it is I'm doing to survive, because subconsciously your brain has you back to just basic animal instinct. Your lower brain is nothing but your survival brain. That's what keeps your heart floating, keep it beating, keep your lungs going. You don't have to think about your survival brain, that lower brain, do you? You ain't got to think about your heart, right? The only time you think about your heart is when you're 80 years old and they tell you, hey, you might be slipping. Right. So you don't have to think about that. But then the next section of your brain, which is your limbic system, is your subconscious pleasure zone or fear factor. And so, for example, when a girl is molested as a child, her behavior in life, either she's going to shut down from men, or she's going to go to women, or she's going to completely shut down from everybody because there's no trust there. But I'm going to use a woman that, let's say, she doesn't shut down. She becomes real promiscuous, right? I have a theory saying that when you open up Pandora's box, which is that subconscious limbic pleasure system, if you open it up too early, how do you close that door? Because you have no answer. You got it. You have developed a core belief. Maybe your core belief that you've developed now is the only way I can feel love and someone will love me is that I bust it open. Why? Because daddy bust me open when I was 8. Learn, it's all learned behavior.
Damn, boy. Hey, I got so many questions. I got a lot of questions, and we ain't got that much time. But obviously, we'll have you on several times.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it anytime.
Something that's been in the news this last couple of weeks. How do you feel about the mental state of women in Texas because they passed that bill of the abortion law? Because I personally, I just think that the mental state of you having to have this baby, whether you're molested, like that right there, I think that's your opinion.
All right.
Your opinion.
That is one of those issues, and I'm not a woman, so audience, trust me. I'm not saying I know everything what a woman is thinking on this level, but to keep it basic. If you think about it, when they say that in 6 weeks, most women don't even know they're pregnant within 6 weeks. So does it make sense for this lady now to have to be able to say, I got to go this full term when maybe my life was going in another way? Like, I don't care what you do, whatever decisions you make in your life is the decisions you make. But what that's going to drive is more anxiety. Anxiety is nothing but the assumption of the future. That's all it is. You are foreseeing the future and you're thinking the worst. So a woman who finds out she's pregnant, but she's over that 6-week hump in Texas, if she didn't want to have that kid or something happened to her, what do you think she's going to do for these next 9 months? And they already got enough stress on them when they are pregnant and planning and trying to have a child, and the stress that puts on them. So now think, I really don't want to have this child. This law's telling me I have to keep it. I'm not ready. I'm not financially prepared. I have no support. And now what am I going to do? So what is that going to do for that fetus that's living in that body?
Make it sick. If it does make it to term, they're going to be abused mentally, socially, physically sometimes.
Speak on it.
There's going to be some money made in Mexico on the borderline.
Think about it. Because think about it. If the mother is truly at that point where she wants to have an abortion, that is a decision that she has made. And I'm pretty sure she just didn't say, "Ooh, I'm going to have an abortion." She thought about that. A huge percentage of women are going to really, truly communicate and think about what they're about to do, right? I would hope so. Okay. But then you tell me I can't do this. Now, when that baby comes, like your audience just said, maybe I will resent this child. And how many in our community, mothers and fathers too, how many of people do y'all know where they tell you that their parents hated their guts?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just another way for them to, I feel, another way for them to divide the Black and Latino communities and any other people of color. But I shouldn't say it just like that either. Poor communities. Everybody.
That's real.
Not just us. And poor communities. People that work every day, 9 to 5, barely making it, where they have to make those type of decisions that really truly affect those lives. What does that do? It keeps the system going. It's a cycle. So
I would drop my mic, but I need it for next week.
Yeah. Well, I got some stats for you guys, because that was a great question, Carolina, because think about it. If that anxiety is going up, you best to believe suicide rates, depression. Yes, for me, that's great because that means more money for me. But at the end of the day, I don't want anyone dealing with any of this stuff. I want everyone to be happy, right, whatever that looks like for them. So I'm gonna give you guys some stats real quick. Looked up some stuff. This is through the Mental Health Foundation. Anyone can go online, look this stuff up, mentalhealthfoundation.org. 1 out of 5 adults live with mental illness. Almost 1 in 25 adults live with a serious mental illness. That would be like major depression, schizophrenia, things like that. 50% of chronic mental illness start before age 14 years of age. And 75% of chronic mental illness start at age 24. So right now, the numbers are showing just over 10 million people over the age of 18 have more than one addiction or mental health disorder. Now, the reason why they said one addiction or mental health disorder, guys, is because most people, if you're depressed or if you're having anxiety, guess what? Your coping mechanism normally is not going to be something positive. You're normally going to pick up that drink. You're going to pick up that drink. You're going to eat a little bit more. You're not going to work out. You're going to do all kinds of things that affects your body in a negative manner. So that's why
I told you I was done talking about me.
All right. So I also pulled up some COVID, since we are in the pandemic. Pulled up some COVID stats. So this is in current terms assessing Americans' response to global COVID-19 pandemic surveys conducted in the first 3 months, whatever, none of that matters. So it says 73% or nearly 3 in 4 healthcare providers feel their family's life is at risk because of their job during the pandemic. So what does that mean? To me,
people quitting their job.
There you go. Now, if our healthcare providers are quitting their jobs during pandemic, what's gonna happen?
You won't have anybody to help the people that are sick.
And the pandemic continues to do what?
Oh,
go on and grow.
Exactly. Another stat: 58%, almost 6 in 10 frontline healthcare providers in New York City are concerned for their own mental health. Wow.
Yeah,
that's heavy. That's
they got to deal with their own family and somebody else's family.
Exactly. Think about that. You got to come to the hospital every night watching people die because they are dying. This is not a fluke. It's not a fluke. They are dying. You're dealing with that. Then you got to come home and you can't even be around your own people and get that love from them because you got to be in quarantine when you home.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, because this is something me and somebody else was talking. This has been my thought process for the last couple of years. So I knew somebody that, a lot of people want to move to Atlanta for job opportunities, right? Everybody want to move there for job opportunities, and it's growing and everything else. But the mindset of if you can't make it in the environment here, and you move to another environment, aren't you going to surround yourself with that same environment, which is not going to allow you to flourish? So really, you leaving one environment is really not helping if you're not helping yourself.
Yeah, if you're not helping yourself, you're just going to fall back into the wayside. Because change, exactly, you're just in a different location. Change is making those footsteps to say, I want to change this cycle. I want to change where I'm at in life. We all think about, I want to change, I want to make more money. But life ain't about money. Life is about who you are as a person, and are you truly happy with yourself? And that's the hard part. So yeah, I mean, whew, man. So it's interesting.
I mean, like, go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
No, I was about to ask him. He said this is interesting. I thought he was looking at more stats. Because
no.
I think, a lot of people don't watch the news. They hear things and fly by. I think the point that you made, the numbers that you read about healthcare workers, like that shit is scary, cuz.
Yeah.
Like, how can you expect a human being to keep the pace that they have had to keep now at this point for like 18 months, almost 2 years, with no sign of slowing down?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
think about the mandates that's coming down.
That's scary.
Yeah. Think about the mandates that's coming down from the president now.
Right.
Why you can now tell me what I can do with my body? I'm fully vaccinated, but if you're not vaccinated, that's what you want to do. That's your decision. Now you're taking away you are truly taking away my civil rights.
Right. And it's a catch-22, because what if you have a kid with a failing immune system? You know what I'm saying? Like, it explains why the world is so, everybody is at each other, man. Like, it's no right answer. The situation is so fucked up that you got to do something. And then it's like what you were saying, fight, flee, or nut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's only three. Those are the three kinds of people in this, even with the vaccine.
Exactly. Because you got to think about it. America, we are the melting pot. We're one of the only countries in the world where we have to deal with other people, other races, other cultures. We're one of the only countries. So if we're one of the only countries and we got all these groups of people living on top of each other, why in the hell do you think we're ever going to be able to come together like some of these other countries can do? Because it goes back to, we're not willing to hear the next person. I don't care if I meet the most racist dude in the world. I am still at a point now in my life where I can at least hear him and we can have a conversation.
I still care a little bit, and I might fuck him up. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
depending on how racist he is, right? But at the end of the day, not everybody is racist, because a true
Right.
racist, and see, we have to look at too how our own media in our community put this stuff out to us too.
Okay.
Because the true definition of a racist means I'm not gonna even be around you. I don't even want to talk to you. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I am better than you.
True that.
So how you got a cop who's been on the force in Atlanta for 20, almost 30 years working with a bunch of black dudes, but yet this man is a racist?
He's prejudiced. He ain't necessarily racist.
There you go. We got to start breaking down some of these titles, because if we do that, we can reduce the mental health concerns that we're starting to see with the stress.
Right.
Speaking of that, real quick, the anxiety. What do you think is a good coping way of dealing with the police? The first, like, if they pull you over, like, mentally, how do you calm yourself down?
Ooh, deep breathing. Breathe. You got to breathe. You just got to breathe. If you feel yourself becoming anxious, but remember, that's only the conscious if you feel it anxious. But a lot of this stuff is so subconscious, the reason why we call it road rage. You just done flipped off and don't even know why you so mad. You so mad because you got in that accident 3 months ago in the same area, and this car reminds you of it. So let's say 2 years ago or 5-10 years ago, maybe one of your homeboys or maybe yourself, there was a little incident with a cop where he didn't quite treat you that good. Now you pulled over, now you're a little older, he pulls you over, your mind is going to send you back to that moment. Or if you ain't never been pulled over by a cop and you 20 years old, what's your mind going to have you thinking? George Floyd and the 800 other blacks that's been killed by police. So you automatically going to be put where? In survival mode. So if you're not aware of it, you can't really calm yourself down. It's going to be there. The behavior is going to be there. But if you are aware, the quickest thing you can tell yourself is the statistics are really, really low when you actually look at how many incidents there have been, right? It's kind of low when you look at the numbers, but not low. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Right. I'm looking at population and numbers. You can say something like that, or you can just take some quick breaths. Take some quick breaths, calm yourself down, and speak something positive to yourself. So when the man gets to your window, now you're not so agitated and ready to spark when he say something dumb, because what is he gonna say? He gonna say something dumb to you.
To instigate it.
He gonna instigate it. I got pulled over about 3 months, well, not about a year ago. I had my bright lights on because the doggone regular lights wasn't dark enough. Well, they wasn't bright enough. Pulls me over. Why you got your brights on? I give you an excuse. Well, you shouldn't ride with your bright lights. Just continue to talk about these bright lights.
Right.
And I felt myself like, okay, you getting on my nerves now. Now I want to kind of attack you. But if I attack him, where could that lead me?
Bro, I watched it today. It probably happened a week ago. Brevard County, Florida. They pulled this lady over. It's 3 adults, a kid, and a dog in a car. Mm-hmm. It's only like a 2-minute clip. When the clip starts, is a woman leaning on the cop car talking to a cop. It's another cop leaning on their car. One adult is outside on the trunk, leaning on the trunk. Like, they just having a conversation. Mm-hmm. And the cop looks in the back of this car and sees a dude.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
And they have an exchange like, buddy, like, you got a baby in the car. Shit, I got kids too. This is what the cop is saying. White man, of course. He said, hey, bro, I just need you to step out the car. Mm-hmm. And when Buddy stepped out the car, cuz baby and a dog in the car. Mm-hmm. The third adult steps out the car and immediately opens fire.
Yeah.
On the cop that he was just having a conversation with.
Yeah, think about that. He fired on the cop.
I understand because I'm a veteran of the United States military, the rules of engagement, I understand certain behavior and everything. I don't think that every cop in the world is bad. I think 90% of cops do their fucking job.
Yeah.
The problem is this new media, social networking, we get inundated like it's always something every day because you
Always.
can always catch what's going on. So I can't even say myself, I probably, for my first 25 years, I never really had no issues being pulled over. Either I was speeding, but now, bro, when I get pulled over, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I gotta tell myself to breathe.
Yeah.
I gotta tell myself that I'm not necessarily George Floyd. I gotta tell myself that I'm not necessarily Elijah McClain or all the other 800 people that we've seen killed over these last 20 years.
And just by you having to tell yourself that, that's anxiety.
Right.
Because all those people, they not here with us no more.
Bruh, I'm 6'2", I'm over 300 pounds. They not talking to me. I can't even, like, you see people get pulled over and they be barking and shit. Like, I know enough to know that at my size, at my complexion, I don't even have the right to do none of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all, but see, and what does that really do for you? Because now you have to mask who you truly are. And so when you close them doors at night, now you got to look at yourself like, dang, whoo, I just pulled that off. Now I can be Jay. Then what does that look like sometimes? That could be not too good.
Yeah, I've come in here, look, after a situation, I've come in here and done all the things that you probably would say feed that bad behavior. Like you come in from an interaction from the cop, where my bag at? Cause I need to calm down. Let me get my treat. Let me pour me a drink. Cause I just need to chill out for a second. And then the next thing you know, you had 8 drinks.
8 drinks.
You sick. Like you done.
And after 21 days, everything becomes a habit. After 21 days. So for me in my journey, I started working out about 2 years ago consistently. I've always kind of dibbled and dabbled, but consistently. Now that it's a habit, it's very easy for me to just work out, even when I'm tired now, because it's that part of my life now. It's a routine. So think about it. If you come home one day after wearing that mask all day and you decide, you know what, instead of that Crown Royal, I'm going to pick up this water. You do it for consistently, you done change your whole world. You done change your kidney, at least. Right? But I want to go back. I want to go back to what you said. We are exposed to everything now. And I don't truly believe that humans are supposed to be exposed to everything that we get constantly. When we were growing up being Generation X, when I'll use women, for example, we only knew the women in our immediate area. We couldn't go look at some chick that was all kinds of beautiful and we ain't never seen before living across the world and expect her to be in Columbia, South Carolina.
That's real.
But see, now with social media, it makes it easy where a young man can go out and touch this person living somewhere. And now he's got in his mind, I don't want a regular sister. I don't want a regular African queen. I want this fantasy world.
Right.
And then when you can't get to the fantasy, there we go. We got more problems. Now you're doing things to try to get it, but the things that you're doing leads to what? Scamming, more stuff. And so that's why I'm in the business, is to try to change that mindset in the community to where we can be a little bit more open and really look at ourselves. Got it.
On the way out of this thing, because we've been on for a while, I just want to ask, give me three things you do when you wake up to better your day, and 3 things you do before you lay down to better your night.
All right. 3 things I do before I wake. Well, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up early. So I normally wake up around about 4, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning. Some days I will just sit down in dark, not saying a word. That might be maybe 2 or 3 times out the week, just to give me my peace, because when my day starts, I'm in it. I'm in it. But I have to wake up to gather myself, gather the thoughts, gather those previous days' thoughts and feelings, and settle those down to be able to attack the present day, because you have to stay present. So if I wake up and I'm trying to meditate or breathe, do some deep breathing or exercise or whatever, and I'm feeling angry, I got to take that time right there. Because once my day starts, if I'm already angry, what am I going to do?
Get angrier.
Go on throughout the day.
Yeah. So by the time 5 o'clock come, I'm coming home telling my wife, oh, I had a bad day. This person did this person did that. But it wasn't even about them people. It was about how I was feeling when I woke up. So number one, meditation, some deep breathing, maybe some exercise. Also, I'm a big Marvel person, so I love all my comic books and all that. So I watch like some shows, The Flash. I watch like Supergirl. Yeah, I watch that too. I might watch a little wrestling. So I watch some of my favorite shows early in the morning.
Not to distract, cuz. Have you checked out the What If shit on Disney Plus?
I have.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm good. I sure have.
Dope, right?
And then third, I may just stay in the bed and cuddle.
Hey.
I may just stay in the bed and cuddle. But I'm doing something that feels good to me to help me get started. And then at night, before I go to bed, which I have to do more, I try to reflect on my day every day. If it was a bad day, why was it bad? What was I going through? What thoughts were I having? How did I feel about this situation? Did I meet someone new? Do they remind me of someone from my past? So I know that next day, the following day, I'll know which path I want to take.
That's what's up.
And that's with everything in life. That's what I've learned over my experiences now. Coming from where I come from, again, we all come from the same background. But learning that my parents gave me everything that I needed. They taught me to be safe. But in order to really find my happiness, I got to be able to take some risks. So if I'm going to take some risks, I got to have the right mindset. So when I don't succeed, I don't stop.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. Not stopping, finding what's best for you.
Bro, you came on here, cuz, and you gave us a pretty near hour of probably some of the best information that people didn't know that they needed to know. Just my final thought, and then I'll leave it to Carolina, and then we're gonna get up out of here. We gotta have you back on again.
Oh, anytime. Just let me know.
But my thought would be, as a person who has seek counseling for himself, the hardest part is making the call. Because like once you make the call, once you make the appointment, it's okay. This is the thing. You got the law in your favor. It ain't like they can run and tell no goddamn body.
Nope, can't tell
Everybody is concerned with telling somebody their business.
Mm-hmm.
By law, they can't tell anybody shit.
No, I can't. Hey, I ain't trying to lose my license to say what Jaywalking had to tell me yesterday. No, sir.
Right. Right. So once you cross that, and then just imagine, like, let's just say, for instance, you a ratchet. If you could go out into the world and curse out the McDonald's lady and knock shit off the shelf at the dollar store, why not go to a therapist and just say exactly how the fuck you feel?
Exactly. And then once you do that, now you can become your own detective and work out your stuff.
So that's all I got. Carolina, what you want to leave the people with today?
We appreciate y'all for watching. So if you don't get any appreciation for the day, this is me saying we appreciate y'all watching. We appreciate y'all sharing. We appreciate y'all participating.
Yes.
So if nobody else gave you any kudos today, we as bottom of the bottom and the therapists are giving y'all kudos on y'all day.
Yes, much love to the audience. I saw you guys commenting and you guys fed me more. That just allowed me to just keep talking. So I want to do this as much as I can, fellas. I appreciate this opportunity.
You are super dope. Like I say it all the time, just because they're not celebrities don't mean they're not extraordinary people. You are our extraordinary person of the week, man. You came in here and you fed the culture, if I could put it in one sentence.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate everybody that tuned in today. This is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. I'm JayyywalkinthaThird. That's CarolinaDirt803. And at the bottom, we have Counselor G. G is down there, cuz.
So Garrick Lawton, you can find me on Facebook under Garrick Lawton, GARRICK, last name Lawton, LAWTON. You can also find me on IG under awareness.creates.change, or put in my first name and it'll come up there too. The last thing I just want to leave off tonight, I just want to tell the audience, awareness creates change. Awareness creates change. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you're feeling low and you feel some type of way about yourself, or maybe your wife, your husband, your child, whatever, I need you to become your own detective. Identify those thoughts, evaluate those thoughts, because you need to know if that thought that you're having that's causing all this feeling, if it's true, is it valid? Because if it's not valid, we need to throw that bad boy away and not worry about it. And then after we do that, we're then going to process it. And once we do these measures, and of course, there's way more to it, but once you really process and reflect on what's going on with you in that moment, I guarantee your audience and you guys that a change can happen if you stay consistent with that process.
21 days, right?
21 days. You got it.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Yes, sir. Drink to you guys.